Okay. How many Nash equilibria are there in the game below? Payoffs are listed as foreigns, payoffs, homes, payoffs. So if foreign uses 0, home can have 60, 62, or 61. 62. If foreign uses T1 star, they could have 35, 50, or 55. 55. Oops. If they use T2 star, home can have 20, 50, or 45. 50. So the green lines represents home's best response. So for foreign, if home uses 0, they can have 50, 55, or 45. If they use T1, 40, 44, 45, 45. T2, 40, 42, 41, 42. And so we have two cells that are mutual best responses. Both numbers are underlined. Those are Nash equilibria. So if they do T2 star, home would do T1. If home does T1, they would do T2 star. If they do T1 star, home would do T2. If they do T2, they would do T1 star. So two Nash equilibria. Which of the following statements is true? Effective threats must be credible threats. That is true. If you don't believe they're going to do it, if it's not credible, there's no way you'll do what they tell you to do. It's not going to be effective. Trade wars make all players better off compared to free trade? No, in fact, a prisoner's dilemma in a trade war makes them both worse off. Trade agreements arise primarily when both countries win the trade war. No, it's when both countries lose from the trade war. Beyond the fact, no, it's not possible for both to win because free trade is Pareto efficient. Free trade is easily sustainable as an equilibrium. No, in fact, most of the time we don't think free trade is sustainable as an equilibrium. All of these, no. It's just that first one. If it's going to be an effective threat, if you're going to get them to do what you tell them to do, they got to believe you'll pull the trigger. It's got to be credible. 3. Which of the Nash equilibria in the game below are prisoners' dilemmas? So we have to find the Nash equilibrium again. So if foreign does 0, they could have 100, 105, or 90. If they do T1 star, they could have 75, 85, or 80. And if foreign does T2 star, they could have 55, 70, or 75. So we've now laid out home's best response. Let's do it for foreign. If home does 0, foreign could have 100, 75, or 55. Oops, sorry, wrong one. They have 100, 110, or 105. So that's their best response. If home does T1, they could have 80, 60, or 85. If home does T2, they could have 60, 50, or 80. So we have one Nash equilibria, which is right there. Is that a prisoner's dilemma? Well, foreign is worse off in the Nash equilibrium compared to free trade. Home is worse off in the Nash equilibrium compared to free trade. So there is another combination of tariffs out there in which both are better off. So it is indeed a prisoner's dilemma.